gentlemen, the time has finally arrived for the first ever annual Animation Challenge.
G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza and I'm delighted to announce that the first ever Animation Challenge theme based on your votes is dramatic death. Participants in the 2015 Animation Challenge will be required to animate an over-the-top and expressive character death within the span of 60 frames, with the impact of the death happening on the 30th frame, right in the middle. Entries must be 30 frames per second and at minimum 720p in resolution. There's a whole bunch more rules and guidelines to submit appropriately to this challenge, so please, if you're interested in submitting and participating in this challenge, stay tuned for the end of this video when I go through detailed rules and instructions, and also watch this video. I created a video showing very clearly how to submit your entry. It's not going to be the normal format of submitting through Newgrounds or anything like that, because it's a little different with animation. So please, if you plan on entering, watch that video and watch the end of this video and pay close attention, because otherwise you might not get your entry through to me. Make sure to check the link in the description to go read the information page about this animation challenge. So we'll start off by getting a few of the basic rules out of the way. There's a maximum of 1 entry per person. There is to be no nudity or sexually inappropriate material, and violence must be within reason. Keep it PG-13. I know the theme is dramatic death, but I want you to focus on the drama of the death rather than the death and the gratuitous violence that might come with it. So yes, of course, some blood is allowed and some pretty painful looking things are allowed as well, but just don't animate something from the Saw movies. Try instead to focus on the intensity of the animation and the drama and expressiveness of your characters and the death scene itself. All entries must be submitted by the deadline, which is Wednesday the 23rd of September, which means that you have a little over 2.5 weeks to create from start to finish your character death animation. I'm going to go on to explain a little bit about how the prize structure is going to work this time, but before I do that, I'm going to remind you to watch that submission video and to watch the rules at the end of this video if you're interested in getting some tips on what animation software to use, what types of animation are and aren't allowed, and so on. So moving on to prizes, the first prize winner will receive a Medium Wacom Intuos Pro tablet. I highly recommend Wacom and all their stuff, so click here to check out Wacom and more of their awesome products. The first prize winner will also receive a set of custom Photoshop brushes by Kyle T. Webster, and they will also receive any one item of their choosing from my jazzastudios.com shop. The second prize, or runner-up, will receive a copy of the new book 21 Draw, as well as a brand new Stillman Birn 9x12 Epsilon series sketchbook with a sketch on the first page drawn on and signed by me, as well as a choice of any item of their choosing from the jazzastudios.com shop. And all finalists that aren't the first or second prize winners will receive a free copy of my brand new video course, Jazza's Animation Foundation. My animation foundation covers tween animation, frame-by-frame complex animation, and some hybrid animation, taking viewers through a complex scene and carefully explaining all of the steps in producing these animation segments in a way that's understandable and compatible with all animation methods and mediums. The video course spans over 10 hours and includes all of the raw reference files and is fully transcribed, so you can watch it if you're hearing impaired or translate it into your own native language. And the course also explains and clearly demonstrates the 12 principles of animation, both throughout the projects and in its own section, carefully going through each of the 12 principles of animation. So those are the prizes for the main section of the competition, and in addition to that, I'm going to be separating the Encouragement Award section so that people who are brand new to animation, taking their first ever steps in animation, or are very, very inexperienced, can specify that they are beginners and they will not be eligible for those prizes I just mentioned, but they will instead be eligible for the Encouragement Award category. The winner of the Encouragement Award will be rewarded to someone who I feel has made great effort and ambition in their work, as someone who is a beginner, regardless of their level of technical expertise. Their prize will include a signed copy of a book by Christopher Hart, the best-selling How to Draw author, along with a Stillman Birn 5.5 by 8.5 Epsilon series sketchbook with a sketch on the first page drawn and signed by me, and a copy of Jazza's Animation Foundation. And in addition to that, I'm going to be throwing in 2 more runner-up encouragement awards. These 2 people will be finalists in the beginner category, and they will receive a copy of my Animation Foundation course as well. So that's it for the basic rules and the prizes. Now we're going to get into some of the nitty-gritty detail. First, we're going to go over some very important project specifications. Whatever software or animation method you use, you must adhere to all of these specifications. We'll get to software in a moment. First of all, your piece must be animated at 30 frames per second. This is a setting that is present and changeable in pretty much all animation programs, so make sure to look for that FPS word and change it to 30. All entries must consist of no more or no less than 60 frames. Any amount of those frames can be animated or tweened or done on doubles, it doesn't really matter, but as long as the duration of the entire clip is 60 frames, and then secondary to that, the very middle frame 30, be the frame where the impact happens. This is quite important because it will enable me to put all of the entries together in a timed piece to music. So make sure that any frames building up to frame 30 are anticipation or setting up for the impact, and then from frame 30 we have impact on frame 30 and the follow through or the overlaps or anything that happens after into the winding down of the action. Your pieces may include 1 or more characters, but it's important to remember to keep it all on a blank white environment. You can have a character very close to the camera, you can have them very far away, but make sure that the entire surrounding is completely bare, completely white. This will enable me to transition seamlessly from one clip to the next without it being too jarring for the viewers, and it will also create much more of a focus on the character and the animation and allow you to focus more of your time and attention on the animation itself. Your entry must not have any watermarks. So if you're using free trials of any software and it comes with a watermark, unfortunately that is not going to be valid. This also includes your own name. So if you want to brand your name on it or show that you made it, don't do that. If I choose to do that, then I will do that with all the entries and specify the artist who made what, but your entry must be completely clean of any branding, any names, any watermarks. It's just going to be the character or characters in a white environment with nothing else. Next, unfortunately, even though I love all this stuff, 3D animation in any form, whether it be computer 3D animation or claymation through stop motion, are not allowed. You're also not allowed to create animation using pre-drawn programs, things like Go Animate, where you have pre-made characters that you just move around or tell to do stuff. Not allowed. You are not allowed to enter a stick figure based entry. As much as I love stick figures and really cool stick figure motion animations, we're focusing on the 12 principles of animation, and one of those things includes solid drawing and appeal, and you can't really produce those things using stick figures. So stick figures are out, pre-drawn animation is out, 3D animation is out, and claymation is out, but all illustrated 2D animation, you're good to go. Tween and frame by frame animation are both totally fine. You can create animation in any valid 2D animation program and submit it as a video, and you can also create animation on paper and pencil and either scan it in or take photographs and compile it in a stop motion program. And that brings me to my next topic. Software. A lot of people don't know what to use or where to get it, let alone what things cost or what is free if they don't want to have a heavy monetary investment. I'm going to lay it all out for you as best as I can. Let's begin with some of the more professional options. First off, you have something pretty obvious like Adobe Flash Professional, which starts at a price point of about $20 a month on the Creative Cloud, but comes with a 30-day free trial. So if you want to give it a go and don't want to spend any money, you can definitely get that and participate in the challenge of the month month without any cost to you. This is a pretty standard option, so a lot of these really good animation programs will come with a free trial. There's a program called Anime Studio, which starts at a price point of $50 and also has a 30-day free trial. Then there's Toon Boom Harmony Essentials. There are more advanced versions of Toon Boom Harmony, but Essentials is the lowest price point of entry, which begins at a rate of $15 a month, and Toon Boom allow a 21-day free trial, which is still fitting for the challenge of the month, so go check that out if you want to as well. The program TV Paint starts at $275 and does not allow you to save or export in their free trial. So unless you own it already or you're definitely keen on getting this program, I do not encourage getting it for this animation challenge. And then finally, there's a program called Flipbook, which starts at $40, which you can check out as well. The links to all of these programs are in the description. Make sure to go check them out. Next, we move on to free software, which is something people ask a lot about. What can I use for free? My highest personal recommendation is that you use the professional softwares. Even though they charge, you can use them with a free trial. So definitely give them a go first if you can. But if you are hell-bent on getting a free program, there are a few out there that you can try as well. I will add the disclaimer that I have not extensively used any of these, and I'm sure there are more than I'm presenting in this video, but a couple that jumped out and seem pretty popular and reasonably well reviewed. So we start off with Pencil 2D, which is a 2D illustration program, has pen sensitivity, you can set the frame rate, you can export to video, and you can use tools like Onion Skin and whatnot, so you can check that out, which is a free alternative. There's also a program called Synfig, which you can also do all those same things, which looks a little bit more complicated in the UI, but you could definitely check that out and look up tutorials and learn to use that, which is also a free alternative option. And then there's a program called Monkey Jam, which is a really cool sort of stop motion program, and I actually highly recommend this if you want to do stop motion entries. For example, if you just want to draw pencil on paper and try really traditional animation, I recommend getting Monkey Jam because it enables you to either use a webcam or camera to take photos so that you can do still shots of your drawing, or you can scan your images one by one and enter them into the program and create a video produced from those still images. So Monkey Jam would be a cool option as well if you wanted to do some cool claymation and other stop motion animation, but because this competition is limited to 2D illustrated animation, you can still use Monkey Jam for your traditional pen and paper animation. So I think I've covered everything. If I've missed anything, please mention it in the comments and I will make sure to add it to the info page. So if you want to reread anything that I've mentioned here, make sure to click the link in the description to go to the info page for this competition where I cover everything in detail and I'll add anything I miss. So as usual, a huge thank you to our sponsors who donate their wonderful prizes to the prize pool and make the Challenge of the Month competition a really great opportunity for artists to expand their potential and learn and develop, and also get access to some great products. And also a huge thank you to you little charmer, for sticking around this much more convoluted Challenge of the Month video. If you're interested in participating in the community of the Challenge of the Month, maybe asking some questions about the software you're using or recommendations based on whoever's entering and how they're experiencing things so far, there's a work in progress forum thread on Newgrounds, which I'm linking to in the description, which you can go to and participate in that discussion, read and discuss some of the rules, and also share some of your work in progress as well. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention one more gosh darn time to watch that bloody video that tells you how to submit, because a lot of people don't necessarily submit correctly in the challenges of the month and it makes it very difficult, and this is a much more complex version of the challenge of the month, so please pay attention and carefully submit. I'm looking forward to seeing all these awesome dramatic deaths you guys are going to animate. All the best of luck, and until next time, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel to see new content every week. Check out more of my stuff by clicking the annotations over there. If you want to support my work and get a few goodies for yourself, head over to my store for archives, ebooks, and get yourself something nice. If you're looking for a great place to collaborate, explore, or share your own content, head over to newgrounds.com. That's it for now, and until next time, see you later.